Our next guest has been branded by him as Malaysia's funniest comedian. He swapped out the doctor's rooms for the comedy stage, and now he's bringing his show Brain Drain to Australia. Please welcome Jason Leong.
Jason, good morning. How are you, sir?
I'm very, very good. That's the first time I heard the stinger. That's great. I want everyone in Australia to know that, yes, I am Malaysia's best stand-up comedian.
Amazing. Well, I believe you.
By myself. That's, as from myself, yes.
Now, you would have heard there in the intro, but unlike most comedians, you're actually a fully qualified doctor, Jason.
Yes.
So what made you go, I'm going to give up this life? Because normally, being a doctor, it's quite a well-paid profession. It's a very stable career.
Yes. And you work hard for it to get
Not
there.
so much for stand-up comedy.
Yes.
So why did you make the jump? When did this all happen?
Oh, well, this happened in 2014, 9 years ago. I love stand-up comedy, always have, love comedy. And I was doing stand-up comedy for like 2 years while I was a doctor. And then in 2014, the comedy industry in Malaysia and the rest of Southeast Asia boomed. So I thought, it's time to make the jump. And my wife was very supportive. And the main thing you all must know is that this is not really an indictment of how great I am as a stand-up comedian. It's a statement of how poorly paid doctors are in Malaysia. Doctors are about to strike soon in Malaysia. So that's that shows you how bad it is. So,
you're better off just doing stand-up in Malaysia than actually being a fully qualified doctor.
All my doctor friends are not doing radio spots in Melbourne. And
that's it.
That's right.
Sucked in.
Yeah.
Would you consider, if you make it big here in comedy and then doctors are well paid here, would you just kind of divert into doctor here and then you can get very well paid?
Yes, I've considered that, but the thing is, it's very complicated to have your doctor's license, especially in Australia, whilst doing stand-up. So it's two different. Completely career paths altogether. My hope is I don't have to go back to medicine and do comedy full time for the rest of my life. And
do you ever get confused when you're up on stage and you kind of slip back into doctor mode and you start diagnosing people in the audience?
Yeah, well, a lot of my fans clearly have issues, medical issues. But you see, the thing is, it just struck me recently. I have been a comedian longer than I actually have been a doctor.
Oh, wow.
I worked as a doctor for 4.5 years, and I quit in 2014. So I've been a full-time professional. Some say I'm not, but for 9 years. So I almost double the time of being a medical doctor.
Jason Leong joining you this morning on Nova 100. Now, you've gone, obviously, doctor to comedian, then politician. Is it true you did a joke run for Parliament in Malaysia?
Yes. Oh, so you guys did your research. Well done. No. So last year was, again, a very heated election. And I said that I'm running for a parliamentary seat. It's called Gombak. Yeah. Right. And the guy who won the Gombak seat recently was very famously a traitor to his own coalition. So the voters were very upset against him, and he eventually lost. But I made a mock poster saying I'm running for Gombak, right? And my party logo is the Targaryen. House of Dragon, Game of Thrones, the sigil.
Yeah.
And a lot of people got the joke. A sizable minority were like, "Hey, I looked you up on the roster, and your name is not on. Where's your name?
Someone stuffed up here. I can't vote for you.
Yeah, how do I vote for you?" So some of them didn't get it, but I think it's a good platform. Elections.
Yes.
To do comedy because a lot of the candidates do comedy unintentionally.
Yes.
They're absolutely hilarious unintentionally on their mic. It's just hilarious. So
it's very true.
I think for the next election, which is 5 years, I'm actually going to run. I'm going to submit my actual papers and run, but I'll run in character. I'll run as an idiot.
It. Yeah.
But there'll be great platforms for here's my budget, here is my manifesto. It's all rubbish. But it's to poke fun at the actual politicians. Yeah.
So, Jason, you've done this show, Brain Drain, or your shows really everywhere around the world.
Yes.
You've done them in all different countries.
Yes.
Do you have to change the sense of humour for your shows for the different countries? Like, Aussies, are we completely polar opposite sense of humour to Malaysians?
Sometimes, I think this is just specific for Melbourne. The producer who got me in for the first time, 2015, he was saying that some of the words you can't really say because then it might make Melburnians offended. So we pull it back a little bit.
Okay.
Right? Like one of my other friends had a word in his set called bimbo.
I'm personally
okay.
not too offended by
Yeah,
that.
fine.
Yeah. So the producer was wrong. F him.
Amazing. You can see Jason's show, Brain Drain, at the Greek Theatre. Tickets available at comedyfestival.com.au. They are selling fast, so make sure you get your hands on them. Jason Leong, thank you so much.
Thank you. It's over. Oh, this is so fun. Thank you guys. You guys are amazing. Thank you.